What's going on? What's going on? All right, you know what time it is. You know what rhyme it is. I'm your gracious host, A6. We are live and direct, live in effect on this beautiful Sunday night. It is a bone chillingly kind of cold tonight, man. It's not even the crazy thing about it is it's not even cold to the degree where stuff is actually the water's actually gonna freeze outside. But dude, you can literally feel this cold in your bones. It's an odd kind of cold, I'm telling you, but it's really weird. But we had a lot of things happen this week, man. We got to talk about first things first. Let's go ahead and have a moment of silence for our fallen man, Chase Allen, who was murdered by police officers while exercising his right to travel. So I would like to take a few minutes to of silence for him, which is what I'll be doing. All right. So, man, we got some things to cover, man. First things first, if you're here from Here's the Deal, thank you so much for joining. I greatly appreciate you all for supporting. We're all basically trying to navigate through this spiritual war that's basically happening right now. This is not necessarily a war of the flesh. Ephesians 6:12, I believe it is. This is a war of the spirit. So, let the Most High protect us as we continue to learn and apply. And we only want peace, and we only want, to spread happiness amongst each other, man. Because it is our right to pursue happiness. So let's hope that, as we're all moving through, traveling, or engaging in any of our endeavors, we remain of the light and we remain protected because that is very important. So all praise is due to the Most High. Who do we have in the chat? I got my man Bad Wolf, James C. Love it. Listen, if you guys are new to this channel, this is who you need to go subscribe to right here. All right. This is my big bro, the Bad Wolf. So he is doing this thing. So please, 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 if you're interested in this kind of thing, show him some love as well. I got my man Civic Maker. What's up? What's good with you? Good to see you here. Yeah, what's up? What's up? What's up? Here we go. What's good, E6? You came in. Hit the like button. Please hit that like button on the way in. It's great for the algorithm. Yes, indeed. What's up, Sophia? Raymond, welcome, welcome. First live from Here's the Deal. Welcome, Raymond. You came to the right place, sir. Carl, what's up? What's good with you, man? Hello, fellow nationals of your particular state of the republic. Facts. What up, Dr. Brass? All family and gods. who soldier in land of the free. This is what we are, land of the free, man. No matter what they try to tell you or what they try to show you, to contrary that, that is not the case. We are a free nation. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Anything else is the SLAVERY word. What up, Robert? What's good? What's good? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shalom, shalom. Yes, good to see you guys here. So listen, you know, let's get to it because we got some things to talk about, man. We have some things to talk about today. Again, we already covered the video on the right to travel in terms of the one I had done. This was weeks ago, actually a month ago now. So I know I have a lot of new guys in here. We already covered that pretty much. So you might want to check the older videos. But man, let's get into this whole debate, man, because they have to tell you again exactly what is going on before they do it. This comes back to it, okay? Predictive programming. But this is actually a case of a show that was very popular and a lot of people actually liked. This show, for many of you who are familiar with it, is called Breaking Bad. Let's take a look on Breaking Bad, what exactly is going on here, okay? So this guy, Hank, is an undercover detective, I believe, and he's tracking this whole entire DRUG case, and he's trying to find evidence and put the pieces together. So he stumbles upon this van, which he'd seen before, and he had a suspicion it was related to the incidents. So let's look at what happens right here. Pay very close attention to what's being said.
Got a warrant?
Who are you, huh? Who are you? What do you know about this RV?
Well, I'm the owner of this lot, which means you're trespassing on private property. As far as the RV goes, it seems to me it's locked, which means you're trying to break it into. So I say again, you got a warrant?
Well, I don't need one if I've got probable cause, counselor.
Probable cause usually relates to vehicles, is my understanding, traffic stops and whatnot.
These round rubber things, wheels. This is a vehicle.
This is a domicile, a residence, and thus protected by the Fourth Amendment from unlawful search and seizure.
Look, buddy, why don't you just go
Did
out
you
and...
see this drive in here? How do you know it runs? Did you actually witness any wrongdoing? It seems to me you're just out here fishing. Don't see that holding up in a court of law.
Oh, yeah? Look at these. What do those look like to you? They sure look like bullet holes to me. There's a firearm discharged inside of this domicile. I'm willing to bet there's a judge or two out there who see that as probable cause. But I'll tell you what, why don't you call the Albuquerque police?
That they were there.
Tell them you got a DEA agent on your property making you very unhappy. See if maybe they'll send out
that they were there before you took off? How come you're here by yourself? I mean, if this was a legitimate DEA operation, 20 guys rushing in here like the wrath of God.
How could you have known they were there before you took off the tape?
That's right. Probable cause needs to be readily apparent. Huh. Somebody in there.
Domicile, and I'll tell you what, probable cause or no, I'll give you 3 seconds to get your ass out of here. 1, 2. This is my own private domicile, and I will not be harassed, bitch. Fine. You want your warrant? My guys bring it out here and deliver it to you on a little satin pillow. How's that? Waited this long. Wait a little longer.
All right. A lot to unpack there, man. Let's go back and go through it again because I know a lot of people that are here are into this kind of thing. So let's break down exactly what happened here.
Got a warrant?
Who are you, huh?
All right, so he's trying to break into this domicile, all right, and he comes out and asks him, do you have a warrant? Okay, they need a warrant to go inside a domicile. This is what the Fourth Amendment covers. Let's continue.
Who are you and what do you know about this RV?
Well, I'm the owner of this lot, which means you're trespassing on private property.
Okay, so another piece to unpack. You'll hear a lot of auditors get hemmed up for this, but it's very simple. You can only be trespassed from the property by the owner of the property or somebody who has ownership abilities on that particular property. That's how you can be trespassed, basically. So, um, in this particular case, being in there as a police officer, can't really necessarily, I don't think you can necessarily trespass them in this particular circumstance, but without having permission to be there, that is indeed trespassing. And he's also trying to break into this automobile or this private domicile on private property. So public versus private. Okay. He is a public officer. That property is private and that domicile is private. All right. If there's a contract between the people of that RV and that domicile and the owner of the property, that contract is private. Therefore, police are not able to get involved in that particular scenario. Let me give you another example, okay? Let's say you go to Meineke or something like that, or whatever auto shop you guys have around where you live at. They charge you $120 to weld your muffler, okay? You go to pick your car up the next day, and the bill's $250. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. Well, you told me it was $125, and now I come to pick it up, and it's the price is higher. Well, we needed to do this, that, and the third. We tried to call you, didn't answer the phone. We needed to get the car off the lift, so we had to use extra parts in order to get this car off the lift to be able to continue working on other things. You get upset and you don't want to pay that extra money because that's not what the agreement called for. Of course, when you take your car to an auto shop, you have to sign a contract, okay? You get pissed off, y'all get into an argument. It stops at the argument. You call the police, right? You tell the police this man is trying to hold my car and will not give me my car because he's trying to charge me extra money. The police can't come in and say, well, this is a civil matter and I don't have any jurisdiction over a civil matter because that is private contract law. Public versus private. This is what USFL teaches you guys all the time on high frequency radio. Public versus private. The police are public officials. They do not have the authority to get involved with private matters, which is contract law. Okay. Even contracts don't always need to be on paper. There's different kinds of contracts. First off, verbal contracts are 1000% a thing. So if you have an agreement with that owner to have your RV parked on that private lot, and you have a private domicile and you're living in that domicile, and you made an agreement to give him $100 every 2 weeks or something like that, that is a contract. Okay, that's private. That's the way public versus private is supposed to be separated.
As far as the RV goes, it seems to me it's locked, which means you're trying to break and enter. So I say again, you got a warrant?
There you go. That's another thing too. If the door is locked, this means that they need a warrant. Okay? Very simple. If your door is open or it is unlocked, they will be able to get away with going in your property. That's the way it works. All right. When you guys are out here exercising your right to travel, and we're gonna get to the right to travel in a minute. All right, but you always are supposed to make sure your property is locked. Okay. In terms of this particular situation, like that we're watching right now with the domicile, who's to say what a domicile actually is? A domicile can be pretty much anywhere that you stay. If you look at a matter of fact, let's get fancy real quick. Let's take a look at the Black's Law Dictionary, 6th edition. Let's do some research. Let's hit up the 6th edition on domicile. Let's take a look at it. All right. Domicile. Okay. Now this is a lot of definitions here. This thing's almost about a page and a half long of definitions. Okay, so this is the definition of domicile. I'm only going to read the first few sentences. Okay, so it says a person's legal home, the place where a man has his true, fixed, and permanent home and principal establishment, and to which, whenever he is absent, he has the intention of returning. That is Smith v. Smith 206 PA Super. Okay, this is in the Black's Law Dictionary. generally physical appearance within a state, generally, of course, and the intention to make it one's home are the requisites, excuse me, of establishing domicile therein. All right, so in so many words, pretty much a fixture to which you intend on returning. Now, a domicile can be multiple things. A domicile can be an automobile. A domicile can be an apartment. It could be a house. There's a lot of different places a domicile could actually be at. You know what I'm saying? All right. And it says the permanent residence of a person or the place to which he intends to return, even though he may actually reside elsewhere. Did you hear that? That's case law backing this stuff up. Black's Law Dictionary has, if you look up a definition and it has a case law right there, the case law is actually where the definition was drawn from in Black's Law. So for those of you who are new and want to start learning your rights and stuff like that, start with one of these right here, the Black's Law Dictionary, because this is the dictionary Supreme Court uses when they look at stuff like this. It's very important, man. So you got to know your definitions. You know what I'm saying? You got to know your definitions of these different things. So you got different ones. You've got residence, citizenship, commercial domicile, corporate domicile, domicile of choice, domicile of origin. There's a lot of different case laws backing these things up. So it all depends on how you're using them. So yes, indeed, use does indeed determine title. That is UCC 9109, I believe. I'm not sure which subsection it is, but read the whole thing. But there's actually a court case that covered that. So yes, use determines title. How you are using the property determines what it's called. Okay.
Well, I don't need one if I've got probable cause, counselor.
Probable cause usually relates to vehicles, is my understanding. Traffic stops.
And he's absolutely right. The whole entire probable cause thing, if somebody's driving a vehicle and driving one is a privilege. Therefore, that privilege is not a right. Therefore, they can have probable cause to go. If you're operating in commerce, right? They have every ability to go inside your vehicle, pretty much, because at that point you're driving a vehicle, which is a privilege, which they have jurisdiction over. And this is what police officers get confused, and they're purposely confused about this stuff because they don't want their money to be taken away. You got more people exercising their right to travel. Department of Motor Vehicles is not making as much money. This is what it all comes down to: your energy. And not even money, to fiat, because your energy is pretty much fiat.
These round rubber things, wheels. This is a vehicle.
This is a domicile.
Booyakasha. Just because it has wheels does not mean that it's a vehicle. Okay? It's not that simple. Because it has wheels does not make it a vehicle. All right? An excellent example of this is an RV. You see what I'm saying? It is a perfect example of exactly what we're talking. Supreme Court actually already ruled too, if it is cruel and unusual punishment and a violation of the 8th Amendment to tow somebody's automobile that they're using as a domicile. And to break into somebody's domicile is breaking and entering. At that point, depending on where you live at, the castle doctrine does indeed protect you. But and be very, like I say, I'm just throwing some stuff out there. This is not legal advice. I'm not giving anybody legal advice. I'm a non-belligerent, non-combatant. I'm just a free man covering some information that's already out there in the public. I'm not telling anybody to do anything, okay? I'm just covering certain things that are misconceptions. That's it. Giving my opinion, pretty much. We'll put it that way. Cover all bases on that one.
A residence, and thus protected by the 4th Amendment from unlawful search and seizure.
There you go. So if your vehicle is registered with the state collectively, any state of, is a trust. Basically, it's a business trust, Massachusetts type trust. Okay. If you register your automobile, you turn it into a vehicle, to which when that vehicle is being used for that purposes of driving, because at that point it's a vehicle that drives, you now have given the state jurisdiction over the property. Okay, when you deregister, that's why when you can't get plate. All right, so look, you cannot get plates for, let's say, Virginia plates. You wouldn't be able to get Virginia plates in Colorado, of course, because those are two separate businesses. Okay, you have to deregister the car with the previous state, show bill of sale, transferring the title, and transfer it to someone who is domiciled in that particular state of, which is a business pretty much. And then they would need, of course, the driver's license and all that stuff, which is more evidence of a contract, pretty much. And then at that point, it's all contract law. This is why when you register your property and you get things like speeding tickets and you get things like your tail light is out, your bumper is falling off, they're writing you repair orders because when you register that automobile, you turn it into a vehicle. And at that point, they have jurisdiction. You're just the trustee that's supposed to caretake trust property because at that point, your vehicle is now belonging to the trust of the state of whatever. And you're supposed to, your job as a trustee is to upkeep that property. That's what a trustee's job is. Upkeep the property for usage. And you turn the state of into the beneficiary. That's why when you get stopped for like your tail light being out and stuff like that, if you don't fix it, they suspend your registration. You know what I mean? Because they can't. They suspend your registration, your job, you signed a contract, and you were supposed to upkeep that vehicle. And as a result, you didn't do so. So you breached your contract. Therefore, now you got to go to court and you gotta, deal with a judge and all that other stuff like that because you did not keep your end of the bargain. That's what it is.
Look, buddy, why don't you just go
Did
out
you
and
see us drive in here? How do you know it runs? Did you actually witness any wrongdoing? It seems to me you're just out here fishing. Don't see that holding up in a court of law.
Oh, yeah? Look at these.
By the way, fishing is basically when police try to find extra things to extend the stop to try to find something to put you in jail for. The stop is technically done, but they want to keep asking you questions and trying to find more stuff to lock you up for. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, police are out to arrest people. They're out to make arrests. Whatever arrests they make, they get promoted upon whatever, bust they bring in and stuff like that. If there's no crime, they're gonna have to find something. And that's when you get people pinning bogus charges on you and stuff like that.
Those look like to you? They sure look like bullet holes to me. There's a firearm discharged inside of this domicile.
Okay, so now he just mentioned a quote unquote commercial term, firearm discharge, which is another commercial term inside the domicile, which is, he's right. If there was an arm that was let off inside of a domicile, it now becomes compelling public interest. Okay. The public can get into the private when there's compelling public interest. Okay. When there's a safety jeopardization of the public, then they can infiltrate the private. This is why, if there's a situation where something happens inside your private domicile and it can threaten the safety of others around it, the police can come in your private domicile and get you out of there. That's why. If you're putting people in danger.
Willing to bet there's a judge or two out there see that as probable cause.
And that's facts. If they were to go to court and take you to court, and they were to say, yeah, the probable cause was I saw a rocket fly through the window, a giant rocket. I came inside the domicile to protect public interest. I had probable cause. That gave me probable cause, and I saw the dude holding a rocket launcher. So I arrested him and brought him here. Or I brought him, took him to jail, booked him, got him all this information and bring him in front of you. And yeah, the judge said, well, that's a damn good reason to go inside. This dumbass is letting off a rocket launcher. Yes, indeed. We need to go in and get him. Compelling public interest.
But I tell you what, why don't you call the Albuquerque police?
That they were there.
Tell them you got a DEA agent on your property making you very unhappy. See if maybe
How
they'll
could
send
you
out
have known
DEA.
that they were there before you took
And how
off
come
the
you're here by
tape?
yourself? I mean, if this was a legitimate DEA operation, 20 guys rushing in here like the wrath of God.
How could you have known they were there before you took off the tape?
That's right. Probable cause needs to be readily apparent.
Exactly. So you can't go fishing to find stuff. This is why when police do things like pull people over, yank them out the car, and search their shit. Like, let's say you have tags, your tags are good, you have a driver's license, your driver's license is good. Let's just say theoretically, okay, you're a driver and your vehicle is up to spec, nothing has any issues, and they pull you out of the whip first off, and then they go in your whip and search it, and then they find something in the whip. Like, oh man, they found goddamn, I don't know, whatever, some illegal shit inside your underneath your seat or something. They found something illegal underneath your seat. Oh yeah, man, we found all this stuff, and you going to jail, right? Boom, go to jail. You go in front of a judge, you get a decent, let's say for the sake of argument, you get a lawyer. The lawyer makes the argument, hey, how could you have known that this was under the seat if you hadn't violated his Fourth Amendment and searched the car anyway? Or you haven't violated, his due process or whatever the hell you want to basically call it in that particular situation if you're driving. But you basically violated his rights and looked under his seat and searched his car for no reason, and you found whatever illegal shit. The case would have to get thrown out because at that point, that is 100% fishing, and fishing is illegal.
Somebody in there.
Yeah. I tell you what, probable cause or no, I'll give you 3 seconds to get your ass out of here. 1, 2.
This is my own private domicile, and I will not be harassed. Bitch.
All right, so he basically he set the boundaries. This is my private domicile, and I want you to leave me the f alone. Again, Hank was trying to offer him a contract. You get your ass out here right now, right? And if he came out, guess what? You've now violated. You've pissed away your Fourth Amendment right because now he has the right to put hands on you and all that other shit. And if the door is open, he can look inside. And as you can see, if you've seen Breaking Bad, they had some pretty illegal stuff inside that domicile. So yeah, that's pretty much how we broke that down, basically. So that is the gist of exactly what happened in particular with that part of that show. What we got here? What we got? We got more people in the chat. Autonomous, what's good, man? What's good? It's good to see you here. Yes, indeed. My man got the gold, man. Oh, bro, that is great. The gold bars and the gold coins, man. I tell you, a man can only dream. If I had that kind of gold, man, if I for whatever reason, if I got a lump sum of cheese, bro, I'm buying a fuck ton of gold, bro, and I'm out of here. Yeah, I'm on an island somewhere, man. Good luck. Listen, man. Hey, that's great stuff. What up, Tony? Good to see you here, man. Thank you. Miscellaneous, what's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see you here too, as usual. I just started reading Court Process and the Common Law. Anyone else read this yet? I have not read that. What up, Rainwater? What's good? James Love it. Bad Wolf said trespassing, attempted breaking, entering, no warrant. No warrant is signed by Article 3 judge. Court failure to identify as a law enforcement officer. Yeah, those are all violations that he basically committed. That's facts. Actually, that shit he was doing was illegal as hell. What up, Fred? Good to see you here. Aloha, Jared. Unless they witness you commit a felony, they need a warrant to arrest you. Yeah, that was actually in the book I told you guys to download, the Treaty on Arrest, basically. I told y'all a treaties on arrest. I told y'all to download that book. But yeah, that is 1,000% facts. Under the common law. Alfonso Morales, what up, man? Hey, did you hear about SV Bank closed down along with another reported bank? Get your money out the bank. Hey, you know what's interesting, bro? I meant to talk about that, and I'm glad you brought it up because I completely forgot. So listen, we've been talking about that for a while with the banks and stuff. We already know what's going to happen. We've already been up on it. So let me go ahead for all those mofos in that bank and stuff like that who were involved and who got hemmed up by that particular situation. Allow me to do this. Y'all heard me do this last week. All right. It is what it is. How long have we been telling people to get with the movement and get that crypto and gold and silver? How long have we been telling people to get up on that, man? You know what I'm saying? Implied license kicks in if your house is not signed as non-state. If you don't say it's private, it can be said to be public. That's some fire right there. You probably need an affidavit for that too, a declaration. What I would do is I would create an affidavit, Wolf, and I would get it notarized by not notarized. I would get it authenticated by the state, and then I would get it authenticated at a federal level, just to put icing on the cake. And then you can basically once you get it authenticated on the federal and the state level, you can put that in on any court case, federal or state court. It just takes a long ass time to get documents authenticated at a federal level. It took them freaking 4 months to do my certificate of live birth. It took them 4 months to authenticate. This is the federal level. 4 months to authenticate. They must be backed up, man. But the state only took about maybe a week turnaround, which was cool. So if you got something, you got a state case or something like that, and you need to put something in on it, and you don't want the judge to be able to ignore it, they have to you have to get it authenticated. What's good? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. What up? What up, King? What's good, champ? Law of the land. What's up? What's good with you? A large portion of their deposits was from crypto exchange. Or was it? Was it? Sheesh. Hey, like I said, gold and silver too, man. That's why I don't tell people to jump on just one. Try to get both of them, man. Try to get gold and silver, physical gold and silver, and try to get yourself some crypto also, man, and diversify. Don't just buy one crypto. Try to do different things. You got to go to the Department of Vital Statistics. Now, here's the thing: they'll try to play you and say, "Hey, we don't know what that. We have no idea what that is. We don't know. What are you talking about?" Dude, listen. I called them in 20. I first started getting abreast to this information. I was studying all 2020. Like when they first said flatten the CURVE for the pandemic. When they first said that, I started hitting the book stupid hard. Like I was like, you know what, man, this ain't right. This does not sit right with me, and I am definitely going to be studying. So I was like, yo, let me just get in these books and see, because this doesn't feel right, yo. Like they this don't feel like they can do this. So how can they tell me I can't come out the house? Like what? I thought this was a free country, and I didn't know a lot back then, but I knew for a fact that it wasn't right what they was doing. So I started to just research, man, and just look into it. So that's when I had gotten to the authentication and all that stuff, and getting your certificate of live birth. Um, so I ended up getting that. I called the Department of Vital Statistics over the phone. So the lady picks up the phone. I say, yeah, I would like to get my certificate. What did I say? I asked for my birth certificate. And she was like, yeah, no problem. I said, but I don't want the one with all capital letters. I would like the one with upper and lowercase letters, because they'll try to be slick and give you the joint with the all uppercase. If you're not careful, they don't want to give you that long form. They want to give you some computer printed crap. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to try to give you the long form. So I said, yeah, I want the one with the upper and lowercase. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. It's however it is on the computer. It's how it is when we give it to you. I said, no, ma'am, I will not pay for the all capital one. I want the one with the upper and lowercase letters for the name. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know exactly what to call it back then because I was just learning. And she was like, listen, I don't know what you're talking about. I went round and around with this lady for about 25 minutes. And then she finally says, listen, if you don't want what I can give you, I don't know what to tell you. I said, all right, cool. Well, can you put your manager on the phone? So she says, yeah, I can try to do that for you. Hold on. Now these people are trustees. Don't be mean to your trustees. All right. A lot of these people legitimately don't know, so it doesn't give you the right to be a dick when you're talking to them. All right. These government employees, they don't know for the reasons that they were left in the dark, because people didn't want you to know this information who are in charge of those organizations. So don't be mean to them. Give them a chance to learn, or try to work on them as much as you can. So the fact of the matter is, I ended up having to leave a message for her manager, and the manager calls me on my day off, which is like a few days after that. So she says, I see, I got your message. What do you actually want? I said, yeah, I would like to get my birth certificate. She's like, okay. So why did you need to talk to me for that? I said, well, the issue I'm having is I'm being told that I can't have the one with the upper and lowercase appellations of my name. I'm being told I can only have the one that's, the ends legis name. So she says, she's quiet for a second. I'm like, hello? She says, yeah, I just never heard nobody ask for it like that before. I said, well, can I have it? She says, I don't see why not. All you do is, and then she gave me the direction. I can't remember exactly what the directions are. I think it was, you gotta look at my older videos. It's in the archives. But yeah, I ended up doing it on the website. I went to the website and did it the way she told me to do it, and it actually came. They sent me two of them. Interestingly enough, they sent me two of them, two for the price of one. So that was cool. But yeah, sometimes they'll try to play like they don't know what's going on, or they might legitimately not know what's going on. But you have to give them a friendly chance to discover what's happening, man. Don't just haul off and get on them. Albert, what up? What's good? I saw you on Here's the Deal channel today. You had your last pullover when the cop tried to fuck you over. You were cold as ice. I mean, what can I say, man? I've been in worse situations than that. You be surprised some of the things I've had to deal with in my life that I don't tell you guys about. But that right there is really not that. It really wasn't that threatening to me. Worst they could have done was just, beat my ass a little bit. But I'm a Brazilian jiu-jitsu martial artist, so getting my ass whipped is not really that serious to me. You know what I'm saying? And I knew for a fact that they couldn't violate their oath. Well, I knew for a fact they weren't going to violate their oath of office because that's a whole nother can of worms. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to say it for all my people that don't look like me or us or a few of us, but the fact that I am a melanated man, they did not want that shit on the news because yo, listen, it is what it is. Let's call it 100% what it was. The way I look, you know what I'm saying? The fact that I had a video going, like that shit would not have been good for the department. Even if I was dead fucking wrong, the public opinion is a motherfucker, bro, with stuff like this. So fair to be fair, you know what I'm saying? So but that's not to discourage anybody from doing what, you know what I'm saying, what they believe. But I mean, let's just call it what it is. Reality is reality, and a lot of these people can only see what's in front of them. But the fact of the matter is, if I didn't know my rights, it would have been a whole other can of worms, I'm sure. You know what I mean? If I was dead wrong, like, yo, I'm out here saying, yo, I got the right to drive in public. If I said some I got the right to drive my vehicle, my motor vehicle in public without you harassing me. If I did some stupid shit like that, they'd have been like, man, get your ass out this car. But nah, that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't necessarily what happened. So just trying to keep a cool head, um, you know, is very important. And the fact of the matter is, this is why I tell a lot of men you should get in some kind of competitive sport where you got to face off against another man. You have to go on that field or in that ring, that boxing ring, and it's just you, the referee, and that man. And this man is trying to break your neck. This man is trying to snap your bones. He's trying to choke you, or this man is trying to knock you out conscious. He's trying to hit you in your stomach and knock the wind out of you. He's trying to incapacitate you. When you have to go on the mat and fight another grown ass man and stop him from trying to choke you and try to choke him out or something like that, it changes your mentality. You know what I'm saying? So it gives you another level of cool to be able, because if you lose your cool in a situation like that, you done. Your goose is cooked. If you start raising your voice and screaming and getting angry, now you're belligerent. Now he feels threatened, and now he's justified to pull you out of that shit. Now a judge will say, yeah, if he was being belligerent, it is what it is. But if you maintain a cool, conscious, calm, and collected demeanor, it's not a situation that you'll just get ran over. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the thing. Says don't put all your eggs in one basket. What are you talking about, Mountain Flame? Good to see you here, Mountain Flame. But what do you mean? You got to clear that up, man. Shiba Inu to the moon. Hey, listen, man. I seen Bitcoin taking off a little bit. I didn't check my other cryptos though. But yo, that's what's up, man. Anybody who made a bag on the Shiba Inu, man, congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. I love to see you guys out there winning. It is a great thing, man. Get your stacks up, man. Get your cheese up. You know what I mean? and do you. I'm glad to see y'all taking the dub, man. Because I tell you, all the stuff we done had to go through over the last 3 years, dealing with the people who couldn't see, dealing with the agents and all that stuff, bro. We got it. We need a little bit of a W. Let's get those likes up. 31 versus 45. We got 51 people in here. The likes should be like 51, I believe, right? Let's get the likes up, peoples. I got some sheep. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Jared over there taking the dub. I like that. A W. And that's how would the gold and silver be in bars or coins? Man, you can do both, really. You can get it either way, man. You can get the Eagle Wing gold coins. They're expensive, but listen, it's an investment. You know what I'm saying? You can get the Eagle Wing gold coins. You can get the Eagle Wing silver coins. You can get a kilo. Matter of fact, listen, I tell people all the time, if y'all are new here, y'all need to get the app APMEX. Y'all need to get the AppMex app, man, because the AppMex app is going to tell you exactly what everything is going for, so you can be abreast of that knowledge. So let's take a look, man. Let's take a look. Let's see where we. I haven't used AppMex in a while. I have it on here though. Here it is. All right, so let's see. Like this app is dope, yo, because it's got everything on here. All right, so gold right now, you click the gold. 1 ounce of gold is $1,886.30 for 1 ounce. 1 gram of gold, and you can get it by the gram, is $60.65. 1 kilo of gold is $60,645.91. All right. And actually, gold is up right now. Silver, 1 ounce of silver is $20.93. 1 gram is 67 cents. 1 kilo is $672.91. Yeah, so you can buy a kilo of silver for less than $1,000. Yeah. They got platinum on here. Palladium. Palladium is the mother. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Gold is really the highest. But yeah, palladium though. Palladium, and I think palladium is about to drop in value because these electric cars don't use catalytic converters, man. Not the hybrids, the electric cars. They don't even use catalytic converters. And the main thing palladium is used for, as far as I know, is the cars use them for their converters to pull the deposits from out of the exhaust and the deposits from the atmosphere. All right. Said they spun me. What you mean, yo? They spun you. Mike, what up? Albert, thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. If y'all want to buy a super sticker, please do so. Freedom Mink says they can't tell you that you can't come out of the house unless you listen. When a large portion of the population listen, your only option. Dude, listen, it's not a game. Remember when they were telling people you can't have a party at your house? You can't have a party at your house. And if somebody's having a party at that house, please call us and snitch on your neighbors. Like, bro, the neighbors is supposed to be your brothers. If something happens, let's say your neighborhood power gets shut down for 6 months. Your neighbor is your best friend. Your neighbor is who's going to be, if there's some food or something like that, you and the man of the household and the building next to you, or woman in some cases, y'all going to have to go out and get some food. Let's say the whole grid shuts down in your state and it's a dire situation. Your neighbors is going to be your tribe. Why would you ever do that to your neighbors? I don't understand that, man. And you got people that thought that was a good thing. Like, yeah, we're just not going to invite certain family members who didn't take the Jabberwocky. I mean, like, that's crazy to me. Red October, peace. What's up? James Lovin, thank you so much for the donation. What's good? Thank you. Wise Humble, what's good with you? How you feeling today? Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Just maintaining, fighting these mental attacks I'm getting. You know what I mean? But it's all good. It's all part of the game, I suppose. I chose to come down here and spread the light. And I'm being protected by the light as well. So as long as I keep doing good works, I'll be fine. And you guys support too. The boys try to be more threatening, but they're not. Yeah, dude. Listen, yo, we got to talk about that too because the temperature's definitely rising, yo. They're starting to ramp up their antics. We had my man Bad Wolf. He got stopped the night before I did, and they just been. We got a few people here that were stopped in that same week. There's a crackdown going on right now. There's a crackdown going on at this current time. I think they're looking for people exercising their right to travel, and they're trying to spook them out because there was a period of 2 years, 2 whole years. The last time I've been pulled over is I think it was like January, maybe February of 2021. And I had a bunch of different police officers right behind me while I had my private plate on, and they never bothered me, man. There was like a long period of peace, but it's like, yo, they got a word from some higher official or something. You crack down on those people doing that shit. You know, crack down on those motherfuckers. You know, make it hard for them. But why though? At the end of the day, it's all about compliance, man. It's all about trying to bend the knee, get people to bend the knee. That's what really comes down to. I was talking to Jonah Bay. He made a great point. Jonah Bay said, "Listen, I've been where you were, with the whole right to travel thing, and you definitely have the right to travel. You're 1,000% in the right." But he said, "Listen, the path of least resistance is going to be the best one." And this was actually in the art of war. This is why I say, don't be out here doing a Frank Burris and trying to tell the police, we're gonna have a GUN fight on the side of the road. Let me say something to you guys. All right, that right there is a terrible idea. Okay, um, listen, read The Art of War by Sun Tzu. That is a terrible idea. You don't pick fights you can't win. You do some shit like that, you're not gonna win. And rest his soul. But Chase Allen, we're gonna have a big problem. Listen, nah, man, that's not. And listen, I get it. The red-blooded American, stand on 2 feet. But let me tell you, what's even more powerful than any fully automatic, semi-automatic sniper 45 ACP 9mm, any of that. Let me tell you the most powerful thing in this current climate, or two things. All right, the most powerful two things. This right here. This is what I teach. This right here and this right here. These are your most powerful weapons against what's happening right now. This and this, because these two things together, you can get busy with those two things put together. All right, and that's where I'm gonna leave it at with that. But I get you. You do have the right to exercise your right to bear arms. That is facts. But you're not gonna win that battle, and they're gonna spin it. They're gonna spin the narrative. And all the people that don't like people to stand up for their rights, go, oh, crazy SCs, blah blah blah, they're threat, blah blah. Like, listen, all the man was trying to do technically was stand up for your rights. You know what I mean? But I don't. Nah, that's crazy because you're not gonna get if you can't, if it's not a situation where you can actually go in and change anything after that particular confrontation. I don't think that's the right way to go, man. I don't. But yeah, if it's a situation where like, yo, you just stand on your rights. I got the right to do this. All right. And if you're right now, you're violating my right. Don't be an asshole. Don't be loud and aggressive. You gotta. It's not for everybody. Listen. I tell you guys, if you guys don't want to exercise your right to travel, that is your right to decide. You don't have to. If you want to just get plates and just stay within the system, that's fine. You can still do that and be of use because if a national gets hemmed up or somebody that's knowledgeable gets hemmed up or something like that, you can actually just go ahead and you can accompany him to court and you can just witness everything that's going on. You can still be a support system, man, but you don't have to. It's your right. It's your right to choose, and that's what this country is about, man. Your rights. I had bone, kennel, locker, dog pad, pause, pause. While. Oh, okay. He's talking about the crypto joints. Well, you had a few of them. Okay. My man said I diversified. Yeah, he doesn't want to violate his oath. Yeah, and listen, they'll a lot of them will be surprised you even know they took an oath because a lot of them forgot they took an oath. A lot of them forgot until you mentioned it. They forgot, like, oh shit, I did take an oath. Did you see? Here's the deal. Made a video out of your video. Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you. 86, you got some info. I got something for you. Hit me up, yo. Hit me up. Send me a text message tomorrow or something like that. Not tonight, because it's gonna be too. I'm not even gonna read it tonight. I'm be washed after this live. But yeah, hit me up, bro. I got you. If I don't hit you back right away, please don't take that personal, dude. I'm doing 1,000 things during the day. Sometimes I can't even get to my phone immediately. So I try to get back to people when I can. But don't take it personal. That's what I call a regular school day word. What are you, purple or black? No, I'm just a blue belt. Right, 1,000%. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I would get 50 milligrams silver. I mean, you can do that too. Absolutely. You can do that too. Shoot. Referring to those portfolios that need diversifying. Oh, yeah, 100%. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You're right, Mountain Flame. 1,000%. Dude, move it around. My bad. All good. So did your views go up a lot from high impact? Listen, yeah, you high impact. Shout out to Brian over there at high impact. Excuse me. Shout out to Brian. I think it was uh not high impact flicks. It was here's the deal. I believe it was. I didn't see the high impact flicks joint. I didn't even see that. I didn't see that. I don't think, but I saw the one on here's the deal. But shout out to him. Thank you for looking out. And I had another dude that was traveling that actually hooked me up too because he was cool with him also, exercising his right to travel. I think he's out in Oregon, but yeah, he's very sharp. You guys saw his video. Yeah, you can buy. Yes, you can buy. You can buy precious metals by the gram. You definitely can. You sure can. Kilo of that silver. Hey, it don't hurt. That silver is good stuff, man. That's listen. Ain't nothing wrong with some silver. If you can't get your hands on a kilo of gold, if you ain't got $60,000 laying around, ain't nothing wrong with a kilo of that silver, man. I'm telling you. I use the Gold Plus app. Okay. One of the definition of dated informal a person having secure allegiance to political creed, especially communism. Okay. Crypto, no mercy. Shit, what up, no mercy? They couldn't touch me during the shutdown. I walked around like normal and told them I was classified as essential. Yeah. I mean, you are essential because at the end of the day, you are the creditor. You're the creditor for the nation. Without you, the nation would not be able to function. The fact that you actually go into that plant and you actually press the button and lift those heavy boxes and get that factory making certain things that the household needs, you are the creditor because without you, it can't function. So yes, you are essential. Everybody was essential. They just tricked people to think that certain people were essential and certain people weren't, which is not true at all. Everybody was essential. It's essential for me to get out here and, you know, get in commerce and buy things from the store. We got to keep it moving. The ball has to keep rolling. 1,000%. Crypto definition: data informed person having a secret allegiance to a political creed, especially communism. Okay, is that what you were talking about? Okay. Good to see you, by the way. Shout out to the wolf. Get your energy protector up. Yes, indeed. Protection. I got you. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. The cinnamon is a protector. So is the silver, man. But I've been trying to stay, I've been trying to stay focused. I had a very interesting conversation Friday, man. I was stopping to get some gas while I was going to travel to work in the AM. And I'm at the gas station and I saw a Homeland Security car, which I'd never seen one before. Well, I did see one in DC, but I actually saw one not too far from where I'm at. So I say, so I'm like, let me go in there and talk to this guy because how often do you get to talk to a federal agent? So I go in there and say, let me ask you a question before you leave. I know you got places to be. He say, yeah, what's up? I said, let me ask you a question. In your opinion, where does a right? I wanted to hear what he had to say. Where does a right end and a privilege begin? And this is the debate. Like, at what point does lawful and legal meet? Like, where's the line that separates lawful and legal? Because it seems like, the justice system and none of these people know what that's supposed to be enforcing these statutes and these constitutional arguments don't know what's the difference. So I said, let's say for instance somebody's walking down the street and they're like, yeah, I don't need a permit. I got the right to bear arms, and they just put a big ass one of them Joker joints, one of them the long nose joints from the Batman Returns. You know what I'm saying? The long revolver joint he had. One of them joints on the side. They just got it in their belt, and it's just hanging on their leg, and he's walking there shooting their shirt up. And the police stop and say, "Hey, you have a permit for that?" "No, I don't need a permit. I have the right to bear arms." "You're under arrest for carrying a fire." Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So I said, how does that work? He said, well, basically, and he gave me the typical, I don't know what the hell is going on answer. The same people keep electing these wrong officials and such, and these officials being elected don't want people to be able to carry them things. So he says that what happens basically is you're pretty much fucked. There's nothing you can really do. So I said, okay, very interesting take on it. So I just was like, all right, thank you very much for your opinion. He's like, thank you. I'm on your side, man. I'm a federal agent. We think you guys have the right to bear arms, but obviously it's a thing between the state and the federal. But here's the issue with that: the state gave up some of its sovereignty when they joined the State of the Union with the Constitution. They gave up some of their sovereignty. So if you cannot go against that Constitution because you are a part of the United States, you take benefits from the United States. This is why when the whole pandemic happened, these things went on for so long because they were taking the benefits. Like, yo, all right, look, we tell y'all, make these people wear masks, mask mandates. We'll kick you this amount of cheese every so often, as long as you have these you know what I'm saying, all of these things put in place to keep people wearing these masks and stuff. Or even a situation where, like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and have it be a situation where we're gonna keep kicking the doctors out a certain amount of cheese for people that end up I'm trying to watch my language. Uh, Labeled as C19 patients. There we go. Labeled as C19 patients. So yeah, we're gonna kick out a certain amount of cheese. You know what I'm saying? You put the ventilator on, boom, we got this, that, and the third. You can make a whole lot of cheese for each individual that gets put in that particular curriculum, and that's what was happening. And they were like, all right, well, shit, we already signed the State of the Union paperwork and all that stuff, and they've given us the kickbacks. Yeah, we're gonna keep getting them. So yes, we're gonna follow that protocol. And this is what happened. That's what happened. All right. And then that shit didn't get lifted. And I'm telling you, that group bonds for the win, that didn't get lifted until they start putting claims on people's bonds. When they started getting them surety bonds for them public officials, and they put notices to file a claim on their bond, oh, they lifted them. They lifted them shits the same week. Yeah, children don't gotta wear them no more. Come on into school. Children don't gotta wear them. Come on into class. It's not mandatory anymore. It's optional. Yeah, I bet you it is when your ass is in a sling. When there's fire underneath your ass, yeah, I bet you it is optional. Uh-huh. They trying to make the lie the truth and the truth a lie. That's the game, man. Everything's bass backwards. Exactly. So status correction needs to take place. Take chains off. Yep. It starts in your head, man. Status correction starts in your head. That's where it starts. And what's in your head comes down on the paperwork. Knowing the law is key. Money is silver. That's a great name, by the way, because that's facts. Yes, indeed. Take notes. Take the ticket and fight the court. Stay alive when dealing with armored thugs, professional or street. Agree. Listen, if it's a situation, all right, where you don't feel as though you know enough, or if you don't have an answer for something, just go ahead and take the L. Go ahead and take the L. Because later on, when you start putting together them affidavits with memorandum of law and all that stuff, and you go in that court and you got to put them people on notice, and you go in there and you read what's on that paper. Basically, it's a whole different ball game. But yeah, like Wolf said, what I did might not work for the next man. So don't be out there just trying to copy with somebody. It don't work like that. You have to take the knowledge and apply it to who you are. You can't do it like y'all saw what Frank Barris did. Frank Barris was willing to go out like a cowboy, and it worked. He backed him down. That worked for Frank Barris. That might not have worked for me. It didn't work for Chase Allen. You know what I mean? So that is, you have to find out where you are with the information. You have to apply the information to yourself, and you have to use it accordingly. You can't just fly off the handle and copy anybody, because this is not one of those things you can copy. You can copy the information, but you have to apply it to who you are. I meant 1 ounces or 10 ounces, my bad, with that misinformation. Okay. That's right now for silver coin. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Pen. What else? 10. Most people don't have all affairs in order. You know what? It takes a very long because every time you learn something new, you either got to change something or make new paperwork. But yeah, it's a you will be tested, man. You have to be. You got to be tried by fire. Yeah, you will definitely be tested, man. It's part of the game. But we have to remember why we're here. We're here fighting um this spiritual battle, and we're trying to basically stay free and be free, man. We just need the people to get awakened. Yes, indeed. Sure enough, is it every war signed by a pen? I don't think it's that simple. He said, "Oh, sure enough, isn't every war signed by a pen?" Yeah, okay. I thought you were. Yeah, absolutely. I read what you were saying wrong. Absolutely. Yeah, every war is definitely signed by a pen. Absolutely. Ah, thank you, money and silver. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Nah, A6 is simple. I forgot. I got info from the Freedom of Information. Look how the million is stuck. Oh wow. Wow. That's crazy. You got the FOIA shit. Oh snap. That's a whole other thing there. Wow. Silver is best for using private money in day-to-day activities, buying small items. Silver's better for staying in the private, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be want it to be a situation where you're doing a transaction, what I mean? That Federal Reserve notes, it says valid for debts public or private, but do you really want to have Federal Reserve notes involved in the private? You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, they created them shit, so they can tax them. But gold and silver, it's in the Constitution. That's the only really lawful money. That's what it is. Can't tax that. They get my passport card back at the stop. A lot of people think they didn't give it back, but they put it outside the windshield with the rest of that bullshit ass paperwork they gave me. Or they didn't even give me. They put it on the automobile. They didn't give me shit. They put it on the automobile, on the outside of the automobile. But yeah, they put the passport card out there. But yeah, lesson learned for me, yo. I make a copy of that shit and give them the copy. We ain't doing that again. Cause that shit was retarded. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? You don't know. So you don't say you out here and just don't know nothing. All right. So this right here. Matter of fact, I don't even want to use the DS11 form right now. You can get your passport book, and it says right on the passport book on the first page, the bearer is a citizen or a national. It says it right on the first page, bruh. And upon presentation of this passport, they should be able to travel without hindrance or delay or something like that, which is what Chase Allen was saying, and he's 1,000% correct. But there you go. Oh, really? Interesting. Wow. That's fire. Interesting. I didn't even know they did that. Okay. Cool. That's what's up. I like Liberty Dollar Financial Association. You hold real money in an ounce of silver. They also have a private market on there. Okay. That's what's up, Sophia. Thank you for tuning in. Great question. 86. What up, Carissa? What's good? Good to see you here again. Just see cryptocurrency as a way of tracking every single transaction. Listen, this is why I say both. Okay, you can have both. All right, you ain't got to do everything through the internet. Private transactions can be done if done properly. No matter how secret or non-traceable they say it is. I'm saying, listen, I feel you, but unless you plan on being on an island somewhere, just like with these Federal Reserve notes, I kind of feel like the people got gilded into it, man. Like, they kind of stopped getting the gold and silver from out of the banks too, so it is kind of their fault this happened because they were like, all right, yeah, we can just take these dollars that are backed by gold and silver and just trade these. This is a lot less of a hassle than carrying around heavy ass gold and silver. And look what happened. You stopped using it, so you lost it. That's what it is. Oath of office. Oh, that's key. Oath of office that's one of the best tools right there. What you mean, bro? I might have missed. My timer might be off. You got to break that down, Bass or Base. The states can lessen any restrictions. They agree not to restrict any further than federal governments. When I've heard, I kind of feel like they didn't want to lose some of that funding, bro. As with everything they do. Civil rights violations. Much love. I got into this after seeing DC Clifford. He's in Canada. Me too. His BC seminar on point. 3-parter. Word. Okay. Lose the battle, win the war. Absolutely. Listen, sometimes it's strategic to that's in the art of war too. Sometimes, it's better to just take the short-term L, you know what I mean, for the long term. Because if you get more I really got to watch my words here. If you get more information, there we go. I was going to say something else, but I already know they're watching. But if you get more information to be able to use in the future, then yes, that is 1000% a better strategy. You know what I'm saying? First thing you ask in course if it's on the record. Oh yeah, on the record is key. I already answered that, but yes. Book of Bad Wolf asking for a commanding officer. If refused, immediately call the station and get a commander on the line. Put it on speakerphone. Fire. This actually worked for Wolf, he said. Biggest move is to ensure the vehicle insurance in a private trust and record with the DMV. Yeah. Yep. Oh, but yeah, I meant to tell you guys too. Jonah Bay was saying, yeah, I used to do that the right to travel thing, man. The private plates, I get it because I did it for a while. I think he said he did it for like 3 years. He was like, what I learned, man, is the path of least resistance is the best one. He was like, just put your car and do a car trust. Jonah Bay actually has a car trust on his website. It's a method of putting your car in a trust. And he was like, yeah, put your car in a car trust and then go ahead and just have it be a situation where you just get the plates from the DMV. But once you have it in a car trust, when they try to pull up the information, it's not attached to the ins legis. The trust is its own separate person. So a lot of times they just leave you alone because they don't want to deal with that shit unless you're doing something wild on the road. But yeah, the only thing you have to worry about in that particular case is those stupid ass cameras. I hate those damn things, but those traffic cameras, because sometimes they malfunction and you still they'll try to hold your feet to the fire to pay them. But yeah, that's a whole separate thing there. But yeah, there's a way to get around those too, though. Oh yeah, there's a way to get around those. Pimp move, get a copy of the Constitution, Bill of Rights, and sign it, get it notarized. I take it a step further, Wolf. Get a copy of your state constitution, get that authenticated on the state level, and then get a copy of the federal constitution from the Library of Congress and get that authenticated on the federal level and carry both. Matter of fact, get 5 copies and carry both of them on you, and then just keep some extra ones at your house in case they try to take them from you. You keep that one. I got more at the house. That's also a strategic move. Authentication is powerful, man. Y'all gotta respect authentication. Authentication is powerful because they have to acknowledge it. It is full faith and credit of the courts. That means that particular document cannot be discredited at the court because it is authenticated by their bosses. They can't ignore the information. Facts. So yeah. Gotta match the purity, intensity of the eternal flame. Hence my name. Yes, indeed. James knows how to do it right. Yes, indeed. Y'all gotta. Oh, by the way, if you're new here too, you need to also get with having your state constitution up here. You got to know that because there's some good shit in the Maryland Constitution. Like this, it don't have. Interestingly enough, the Maryland Constitution doesn't have a stipulation for the right to bear arms, but it does have Article 44 of the Maryland Constitution, which says that all the provisions of the Constitution of the United States of America in times of war or peace are applicable, basically, or they are basically in effect for the state. So yes, that also refers back to the federal Constitution, and the Bill of Rights says you have the Second Amendment right to bear arms. So whatever's not in the state constitution, as in the federal Constitution, still applies. And this is why they gave up some of their sovereignty, because their constitution basically all has a stipulation that the federal constitution basically applies in bottom line. And we know Marbury versus Madison, 1803, says that any law that's repugnant to the Constitution of the United States of America is null and void on its face. So if they make a law like you need a license to travel, which is color law, because that shit is it's bullshit. It's not a lawful order at that point because you don't need a license to travel. But Marbury versus Madison, 1803, says that that law is pretty much null and void. You can pretty much practice your right with impunity. You know, I think it was what is it? There's another case too. Um, Sherrod versus Cullen, I think, or something like. Ah, man, what is it? I think it's Sherrod versus Cullen, and I think it says that there can be no sanction or penalty imposed upon one for the exercise of a constitutional right. I think that's how it goes. I could be mixing my cases with that one if I'm not mistaken, though. But yeah, there's a lot of case law that backs up what we do, but nobody ever wants to talk about the case law. Everybody wants to talk about you crazy, you a SC. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. You're insane. Dude, I could have sworn these jabs would have took these people out by now, but whatever. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That's not right. I can't say that. I apologize for that. I didn't mean that. I was joking. But nah, I don't even want to joke like that because even the people that took the shit don't deserve to go out like that. But that wasn't right. I apologize for you guys. But, I was being kind of cynical, I guess. But, we got to walk the path of light. We don't get to drag through the mud like they do. We got to stay at a higher level of consciousness. So, yeah, that's not right. I apologize. Good evening, officer. I agree to accept your oath of office. How, man? That's a good one too, because it throws them off. There's what was it, Eddie Craig? I think he was like, "Yo, just tell him, can you read me my rights? Am I detained?" Like, "Yeah, you're detained." "Okay, so this is an arrest. Can you read me my rights?" Like, "Well, this is not an arrest. Okay, am I free to go?" "No, you're detained." "Okay, so I'm arrested. I'm basically arrested. Can you please read me my rights?" "Okay, the police read you your rights." "Okay, cool. Can you have license and registration?" "Well, I'm gonna exercise my right to remain silent, so I don't incriminate myself." Like, oh shit, I just read him his rights. Mind fuck, basically. Have you heard of the certificate of non-citizen nationality? I've heard of it, but as far as I know, they just give you a passport and stand in because not enough people were getting those certificates. So they said, all right, we'll just give you a passport and mark your identity in the passport chip. What is the best way to obtain private insurance? Open your own trust. You could do that too. Again, I talk about this all the time. You can actually have your automobile in a trust, and you can actually have it self-insured by the trust. There's actually an option for that. If you look at the I think there was one police form. There's an accident, they bring you a form, and there's a lot of different lines with different parties who were involved with the accident. And one of the lines on it, one of the boxes says, self-insured is one of the boxes you can X off. So yes, that is a thing. That is in fact a thing. Liberty Dollar. All right, man. There's a lot of people in here. Jeez, I'm so behind. I'm trying to catch up real quick because I need to jump forward. Let me see. I just authenticated my BC back. Yes, sir. You got your BC authenticated. Okay, let's go. State of the vehicle is operated in accordance with the provisions exempting non-resident and foreign registered vehicles from registration. There you go. Still being noticeable as the authorities can do pretty much what they want to you as a actually you still have you know what's interesting, even as a 14th Amendment citizen you still got civil rights at that point. The 14th Amendment citizen still has civil rights. That's why the civil rights movement was pretty much started, because when the 14th Amendment happened, the 14th Amendment was originally designed for people of the freedmen and people who were quote unquote of color, to go from being those kind of slaves to everybody being 14th Amendment slaves. It was originally designed for that. That's what the original purpose of the Fourth Amendment was for. For those of you who know, the original owners of slaves were the Aboriginal people, and they actually owned Irish slaves. And then they used to battle other tribes for land. And once they battled the tribe, if they beat that tribe, the soldiers would be taken into slavery, basically. But they could get out of the slavery eventually once they worked off a certain amount of time. The slavery wasn't permanent. But once the slaves were pretty much freed, they were called freedmen. There's a lot of people with the last name Friedman who are of darker complexion. Some people of lighter complexion. But what basically happened was when those people were freed in so many terms, they weren't allowed to interdwell amongst the tribe, but they weren't fully accepted in the tribe, which still happens today. If most of us try to trace back our genealogy to the people of the land, and we actually go to the tribe to try to join the tribe, they'll say, "Oh yeah, well your parents, you have to have proof that one of your ancestors was on the Dawes rolls," which is crazy because the Dawes rolls wasn't even signed by all the people that were a part of the quote unquote tribe, but it was a way of basically getting organization. So it was a lot of shadiness in so many words. But yeah, they still got civil rights though. 14th Amendment citizens have civil rights. Isaiah, what's up? Don't forget to get your all cast name trademarked through the USPTO office as well. You don't have full ownership of the name until you do. This is how these states can write you tickets. USPTO, that's interesting. Let me write that down. I know I got the common law copyright. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. What up, Cherokee? What's good? What's good? Yeah, I'm behind on these comments. All right, let me go ahead and rock out because I'm falling behind so fast. All right, let me see. Let's go ahead and move on, shall we? Oh yeah, I think we already talked about that. We talked about that last week. All right, you know what? Let's go here. All right, let's go with this guy. This is why DNA tests are inferior. Let's get into that.
Since I had done this successfully in the past, I figured that I would try it with my iguana. I collected as much saliva that I could and decided to send it to 23andMe to see what kind of results I'd get sent back. After a couple weeks, I headed to the mailbox to get the results. And I just can't believe that this actually worked. So I plugged the results into my computer. And as you can see, they tried to claim that my iguana, Henry, was...
They said the iguana had 34% Nigerian blood. 71% chance of being West African, 90% being Sub-Saharan African, 34% Nigerian, Ghanaian, Liberian, Sierra Leonean, 22%, Senegambian, 6.4%, broadly West Africans, 8.7%, Congolese, Southern East African, 14.7%, Angolan and Congolese, 11.1%, Southern East African, 1.2%. So this iguana apparently is a brother. The iguana is a brother. This is why those DNA tests are complete crap. All right. And I tell people all the time, oh, what ancestry? Listen, those ancestry websites and those DNA trickery schemes where they want to get you to submit saliva and all that other crap for whatever purposes they want them for is 1,000% a ripoff. Okay. So let's not rock out with those. Let's be smarter than that. We ain't giving up no DNA. You know what I mean? Your genetic material is your genetic material, not anybody else's. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. All right, let's move on. All right. This is my man Orion. He used to be Orion Daystar Sargon, the Great 676. They keep pulling my man off the ground, but he keeps coming back. If you can get in touch with this man, I would love to have him on the channel. Let him know A6 wanted to have him on for an interview. But check it out.
Family, what's up? Abundance, I don't know already. So, yo, family, check this out. This is a memorial in France for victims of the Jabberwocky family. This is insane. And family, it's not labeled as anything else. It is literally a memorial for people who were taken out by the jab. And this is not the only place this is going on. They have them in Australia, all over Europe, family. and it's being kept out of the media, kept hush hush. You already know what it is, but Source God is here to reveal it all, because this is the apocalypse. All right, yeah, man. Pepperidge Farm gonna remind them. Right, yo, family, just really look at this though. This is insane, and the whole world now knows what's going on. That's why what the King of Philippines put out an arrest warrant for Fauci's ass.
I saw that.
You better not never go to the Philippines. You understand me? And all these demons are gonna go down for what they did, family. It's judgment on fire lit for this. You hear me? Yeah, man. Big time retribution. Let's go, family. Bang, bang.
Yeah. Yeah, you heard it right. People taken out by the JAB. There's a whole wall of memorial of these people. A whole wall, man. That's just sad. No, I do, and I know people are like, yo, screw them. Nah, I can't. Nah, I can't. I can't get behind that sentiment, man, because I feel like if these people, I can't even really say that, honestly. I was gonna say these people were properly informed, but we tried, man. We listen. This is what I will say: our hands are clean because we tried, yo. We tried our hardest to make sure people did not fall for this, but they did, and it is what it is, I suppose. You know what I mean? I hate to put it like that, but geez, that's rough. And he said it's not even the only place that happened. There's a few other countries where they did the same. The media is not saying nothing about it, of course, because we all know the PFIZER pretty much sponsors everything. Even the NFL. You see, dude, whatever his name was, Damar. He was like, yeah. So what do you think caused this problem? He said, I don't want to go into it because you know who sponsored the show he was talking on. They probably paid him some hush money to keep his mouth shut, but you know that's how it goes, man. It's messed up. But hey, what can we say, man? We tried. We try to look out for our fellow man, just like it says we should in the Bible. Didn't the president of Madagascar implant an animal DNA for the C19 test? Yeah, I heard about that. I actually heard about that, Civic Maker. Yeah, dude, people were sending tests in, not even completed. Like, yo, I'm not even gonna put nothing on the test, and it was coming back positive. Like, really? So the air is is that what's happening? Is that what's really good in the streets? Ah, man, hilarious. But yeah, we tried, man. It was our job to try it. We did. Breaks my heart. Why do people have to be followers? Couldn't tell you. Or at least following the wrong thing. You know, if you're gonna be a follower, at least follow the truth. Or try to use your own sense to find the truth. You know what I'm saying? Another good vid to watch regarding DNA testing is an American description. DNA testing, the new one drop rule. Okay. Interesting. We definitely tried, Cherokee. People are sheep. This is why I say I believe a lot of these people are also CG, not CGI, but what is it? NPCs. This is why. That's why, man. I tried to inform people when I was still working as a nurse. Everyone was scared to lose their job. Yeah, listen, them religious exemptions. If you were studying the Constitution, you would have known that a well-placed religious exemption is not going to be overstepped. Check this out. A well-placed religious exemption, if they do overstep, oh boy, you ain't gonna need the job no more because you good. Listen, they gonna be trying to settle like, please, no, f that. Give me, I want what you owe. You know that meme where the colonial dude is doing like this. You just walk up to him like this. It's right in my hand. Put it in my hand. God damn it. I don't want to talk. Put it in my hand. Put the money in my hand. God damn it. Put the fiat in my hand. What's your POV on the R&D V word in regards to becoming a foreign national in our family heritage? I think once you put that in your body, you are pretty much, they got jurisdiction over you because you literally altered your genetic makeup. And your genetic makeup pretty much is man-made at that point. So yeah, I think you basically are property at that point. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have a hard time proving otherwise. You better hope they can't tell, but I'm telling you, they can tell who took it. They know. The Bills player collapsing in the game could be a sign for the dollar. It could be. It could also be a sign that shit was crazy and messed him up. Right, Carissa, I had to show my loved ones and gave them religious. Yeah, there you go. NPC online game. What up, Rise of Phoenix? Yep. Salute Knowledge Well. What's up, man? I caught your live stream earlier. My man Knowledge Well was over there talking about the moral sphere and the jewel sphere. He was dropping some heat. Listen, go support my man Knowledge Well Media, man. He's out here to help. And in this particular spiritual war, man, we need all the teachers we can get. But he's out to help. Yep. Don't give up your natural rights. Don't do it. You can't do it. Don't do it. That iguana, his favorite song is the Tupac joint. I get around, round and round. That iguana boy, he done seen some stuff. Like what? He been around. I've been around. I've been around. I've been around the world. He got said the iguana got his fat. The iguana a foreign national. The iguana. I'm traveling, goddamn it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm traveling. God damn it. Leave me alone. Stop harassing me. Oh man. All right, let's get to it. All right, let me see. I got a couple more. Let's do one more and then let's open up the lines. Let's do one more. I want to show you this technology right here. Let's talk about this technology. So listen, this tech is going to change. This is the stepping stool for the next technology goes like this. It's like a step stair. So the way this technology is going to turn into something else later. But this is like a step in order for that other thing to be achieved. But check this out right here. So this is some kind of Nintendo game or something. Look at this.
Why you went around? You gotta go through it. But yet they're playing. How cool is this? Ooh, and they get things. Ooh, how there's Johnny. They can use like banana peels, and it'll do things to the car, make the car go faster, make the car stop if they hit a banana peel. So cool.
That is interesting. They actually have cameras in certain pieces that connect and survey the place around the like a giant Mario Kart track, right? And as a result, they're able to play on the TV what's in their house with these devices and the little carts. You know what I'm saying? They actually have response to what's happening in the virtual world. So if those of you who play Mario Kart, if you were to hit one of the carts with a red shell, it would actually on the screen be spinning around, but the car would actually be stopped if you were looking at it in real life. That is interesting, man. And this technology is going to get to a point where, you know what I'm saying? These movies will literally be playing in the room you're in. You know, these movies will literally be playing. You'll probably put on some kind of glasses or something, or maybe not even glasses at that point. It might be some projectors, like you seen the tools that they were using to set up the track. It might be projectors in the corners of the room. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and then boom. You sit in there and turn the lights off, and you just watch the movie in front of you. You just watch the movie. Let's say you watching James Bond and he's chasing somebody. James Bond runs right by you, and the other guy's shooting at James Bond, and he's shooting back right in your living room. Right in your living room. I'm afraid these toys are possessed now. She said possessed. Nope, you're in my privacy. Word. I'm a U.S. citizen becoming a national. Do you lose SS? Do you read Black Letter Dictionary about words? I read the words. Yes, indeed. Yeah. We covered that a lot. I'm not gonna cover that today, to be honest with you, though, because it's too many different steps. But yeah, you probably want to join the Telegram group because the guys in the Telegram group have a lot of heat on that particular topic. I thought they were using the Wi-Fi waves to get a layout of the homes for the video games. I don't know. I don't have any of that crap though. I don't mess with all that. That's too much for me. But it's just interesting to see the technology forming though. But I'm good on that. What's so bad about feeling good about a virus and people wearing masks? About the C word was coined in 1968. That's that's some heat. 9/11 graduates from Yale, 1968. Now the book's collapsing and their names start with a letter S. 19th letter. You know, Ray catches all that stuff. He's very scientific with the numbers, man. Shout out to Ray, man. All right, let's go ahead and open the lines up. Let's open the lines up. Let's see what we got here. Ah. All right, there's the excuse me, there's the invite link. For those of you who want to come in and drop a few words of wisdom on us, the line is open. Feel free to hop on and ask any questions or drop any bars upon us, any information you might have, and we'd be glad to receive it. 69. Hey, how many likes we got? Let me check on y'all, man, because y'all be slacking sometimes. Sometimes y'all out here slacking. Let me take a look and see where we're at. All right, we got 66 people watching. We got 62 likes. That means 4 of you guys did not hit the like button. Go ahead and hit that like button for me, man. Let's get this algorithm moving. Let's get this algorithm moving. Feel free to donate if you want to donate to the cause. The Cash App is right at the bottom. You know, whatever you got, it's cool with me. You know, drop anything upon me. That is great. If you support the channel, you support the movement, whatever you particularly like. If you just like to watch just to be entertained, feel free to hit that Cash App. I greatly appreciate that too. All right, 69 participants at the moment. Got 68 now. If they overstep, that goes against EEOC. Break that EEOC down at the Department of Labor. That's a lot of different violations if they overstep, Mike. 1,000%. All right. No takers for jumping in. All right, that's cool. All right, maybe we can go through something else then. Since we don't got nobody that wants to jump in, let's go ahead and let's cover something else. All right, let's cover this about the water. For those my new guys that came in and don't know about the water, let's cover this about the water. We're gonna talk about the water today. Everybody need clean water, right? If I can get this thing to work, it ain't working. Hold on. Let's see if we can get it to work.
Do you guys remember the story a few months ago about Bill Gates buying up all the U.S. farmland? Well, he's been getting busy again. Over the past few weeks, Gates has been quietly accumulating a massive $86 million position in a company called Ecolab, which he purchased through his LLC, Cascade Investments. This makes him one of the largest shareholders in the company. Now here's where it gets interesting. Ecolab specializes in water treatment using facilities and chemicals. And at the same time that Gates was building his position in the company, I discovered that a U.S. congressman named Alan Lowenthal also started buying shares in the company. So I did some digging on Alan Lowenthal, and wouldn't you know it, he conveniently sits on the Committee for Infrastructure, Water Resources, and the Environment. This is the exact same industry that Ecolab is in. As if that wasn't enough, the EPA just announced new chemical standards for water that will require major investments into water treatment facilities. So as of now, I'll definitely be keeping a close eye on this company. To see more data like this, check out my website and take care.
Oh man, always something, ain't it? Always something. Sheesh. They like, hey, look, if y'all ain't gonna take it, we gonna put it in your water. All right, cool. You want to do that? All right. You want to move like that? Is that how we're moving? Cool. So this is how we gonna move. All right. All right, so this is how we gonna move. Since they moving like that, we moving like this. Boom. I showed you guys this before. All right, all my people that's been subscribed to the channel, they know what's up with this. They know what's up. But yeah, this is findthespring.com, okay? You can actually physically look on here and find a natural spring from underneath the underground caverns. This is the water our ancestors used to drink before there was all of these situations where you had chemical treating plants and all that stuff. They would drink natural water from out of the spring. Get reconnected with the earth. You know what I mean? But yeah, you can actually right here physically exactly where you at. You can physically hit search. And this is how many springs there are in the United States of America. Look at this. They got hot springs, they got warm springs, and cold springs. Cold springs you can get some good drinking water from. So depending on where you guys at. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so my man said Brunswick, Canada, right? He said they poisoned the fish in Brunswick, Canada. Okay. So Canada, right? Where's Brunswick at? Let's see. Where's Brunswick at? See, it's interesting because y'all got a whole area over here that doesn't have springs. I refuse to believe there's no springs over here, though. There's springs, they probably just haven't been found. Where's Brunswick at? Where's the? You know what? I'm doing this the hard way. Let me search. There we go. Okay, Brunswick, Canada. All right, so if we zoom out of Brunswick, Canada, home of Bret the Hitman Hart, the best pro wrestler in history. So the closest one looks like it's right here. Find the spring. Okay, so this is Millbrook Artesian Well. Trying to click it. If I can click it. All right, so this looks like this is in a community. Interesting. They got a little well right in the community. They don't even really have to go anywhere to get water. That is interesting. Look at this. They got a well right there. It's literally right there. Look at that. Let's get a better look. I think that's as good of a look as we're gonna get. Right next to a church, there's a spring right there. They can literally go get water from. So yeah, this website is very interesting because you can find clean water from underneath the cavern. Stalactite stuff like that. That's basically filtered by natural process. And yeah, you can go ahead and test the water. You can get a water tester and test the water, see what quality the water is for you drinking. You can do that. But always remember, Mother Nature's gonna take care of you, man. It's gonna take care of you. But yeah, you can test the water out first. I recommend doing that. And then, if the water's good, go ahead and partake. Or if you really just want to be on the safe side, go ahead and get yourself a filter. You can get a reverse osmosis water filter. For some of them, depending on how much you want to spend, you can spend up to 20 grand for one, depending on what you want to spend. But you can get a basic one or whatever and not have to deal with having any issues. We talked about the water a couple weeks back. You can actually get a filter for your house and filter the water coming in your house. So yes, that indeed is something that you can do. But yeah, that's how you use that site. So anybody who wants to find any springs around their area so they can get clean water from, if you had a neighborhood that is next to one of those train derailments or something, find your spring, go test the water, and if the water is good, go ahead and partake of what God Most High put here for us. You know what I'm saying? Let that be it. Let that be it. Mario Kart track. We can't trust any of these folks. Gates is a demon in my world. Absolutely. I mean, is it even a debate? Anybody who is pushing that poke, celebrities included, they all got a pact. All of them. There ain't no good ones. Chris Rock, he just had that whole special on Netflix. Everybody's talking about this mofo was one of the main ones pushing the jab. Like, bro, y'all look crazy out here, man. Poisoning fish and Maryland's best from Canada. 2 ways to win: don't play or learn from them and beat them. That's the only 2 ways, Civic Maker. That's it. Get out of Dodge or dodge. You feel me? Seems to be killing a lot more than intended. I think he said New Brunswick experimental East Coast besides Maine. First time on a chat site. Okay. I just saw something earlier about R&D technology they're using for crop seeds. They have moved on from GMOs, not getting enough sickness and death, it seems. Seems like we're developing an immunity from the GMOs, honestly, if you were to watch what's going on. Our bodies are very, our bodies are like a high-tech spacesuit because, like, they just adapt. You know what I mean? I heard they were doing it to the farm animals, too. I heard about that also. I heard about that. Yeah, they're injecting the farm animals with that stuff. I heard about that. Not sure how true it is, but, I heard they were doing it to the vegetables. I've heard all that. Absolute. Eyes open, no fear. I was reading executive orders from Clinton in '01. It talks about cloning the crop and livestock. That was about 20 years ago. Imagine. Oh, listen. They probably got a machine that instantly clones shit. You looked into ambassadorship in IE, ambassador tags. Nah, I didn't. I didn't look into that. This true believer that the mind will heal the body. Other than that, laceration breaks 2 bones. You are on what you consume. That is a fact. I do believe the mind definitely will heal the body. Other than lacerations, I believe that. Bones breaking too. I do believe that. That's facts. Bring CRISPR to the farm and GMO crop, son. What are you talking about, bro? All right, I'm gonna go re-up on water. I will be right back. Don't touch that dial. All right, we're back. Man, I've been drinking this cinnamon water. Cinnamon with vitamin B, vitamin C, a few other cool things I put in and additives I put in the water. And let me tell you, man, this it's been pretty good for me. It tastes delicious. It's like a tea more now since I added stuff to it. It's more like a tea. But yeah, there's that. All right, let's continue, shall we? Let's continue. All right, let's drop some information here. By the way, I want you guys, if you're going to be out there exercising your right to travel, you need to read this book right here. I covered it in the beginning. It's not an expensive book. You can even go and get, if you don't want to read, because some people don't like reading for whatever reason, which is insane to me. But if you don't want to read, you can grab the audio book. But this right here is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. This will tell you how you need to move in certain situations. Okay. You have to know when to use your pen and when to use your sword. You can't just be out here moving and doing shit. You got to know how to move. So this is going to be an excellent book for anybody getting started. This book, starting with the Constitution, read that. I would recommend the Redemption Manual. Also read that. Great reads. Creditors in Their Bonds is also another good one. I need to reread that book because I haven't read it since 2020. But The Art of War by Sun Tzu is going to give you great insight on how to move with those encounters with those boys. Because I'm gonna tell you, what you say determines the outcome. You know what I'm saying? What up, Cash? Cash says Ceylon cinnamon is better than traditional. I haven't had Ceylon cinnamon. I haven't had that. I would like to try that, man. I still got to get a chew stick. I'm behind. I meant to get a mishwak chew stick too. One of the mishwaks so I can brush my teeth with them and all that good stuff. I believe love can heal anything. It definitely helps. You ever wonder why when you were hurt or sick when you were younger, like let's say you were on a bicycle and you fell and you hit your knee and your knee was bleeding. Hey, it always hurts like a mofo until your mom kisses it or your mom, rubs your back and now you feel a little bit better. Listen, that is there's something to that. 100%. There is definitely something to that. I agree with that. Thank you. This is indeed entertainment. At least you're not being programmed. Thank you. Keep a true relationship with your spiritual father. Yes, indeed. All praises to the Most High. Mind, body, and spirit. We are healers. Yeah, see, there's a bunch of good people in this chat. Let me tell you, you guys are awesome. You know what I'm saying? You guys keep me going. See, I got the new chair. I just got the new chair, so it's very relaxing. You guys remember I used to be always hunched over and stuff like that, but I'm chilling right now. I got my armrest. Yeah, I had to upgrade the office a little bit. So yeah, that's what's up. But listen, man, great information we covered tonight. We're creeping up on 2 hours. I will drop the link in the chat again in case anybody wants to get on. If not, we can go ahead and call it a night. For real. Let's see. Drop this right here. If I can find it. Let me just do this again. I'll drop the link one more time, and then if we're good on that, we can always head out for the night. Booyah Kasha. Carissa says that's awesome. I need a new office chair. Yeah, everybody who's abreast to this information, you should definitely have an office. You should definitely have an office. You should have an office. Keeping organization and stuff like that. You putting stuff all around the house, stuff because it grows legs. You put a pen down or something like that. You can't find your pen. You put a book down, it gets stuff put on top of it. You can't find it when you need it. You go to put something else back. You put back stuff accidentally somewhere else. Best to have an office and keep some kind of organization within that office. Good to have some stamps too. Stamps are always a plus. Automatic stamps, like. Let me see. This is one I got this idea from Wolf right here. The UCC 1308 stamp. Hey, it's not showing up too well, is it? Let me try to. Oh, this ain't showing up. It's got it's a stamp that basically says United States of America Republic. UCC 1308, no contract. Yep, have your stamps. Red pens. You got to keep red pens on anywhere you go. That's a mandatory must. CRISPR edits mRNA. Take out primal fear so a commie can have rational fears submit by animals and crop. My man got the science on it. CRISPR. Huh. Okay. Organization is key. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, you got to get one. Yeah, you got to get with it. And when you have these stamps, it speeds up the time. So you're not always writing stuff in terms of return address. You got a stamp to go ahead and put on there for yourself. So that's very helpful. You know, when I'm at the post office with my trustees and stuff like that, I make sure I have my stamps in place. So it's just a lot quicker of a process. Throw the facts. Throw them black pens in the trash. Hey, I don't mess with black pens. Nah, I don't mess with those. It's red or blue for me. I don't mess with the black ones at all. I can't stand black pens. But yes, indeed, we were supposed to have. What stamps do you have? 60-cent stamps. Are you talking about stampers or stamps? I just have the 60-cent stamps, really. But yeah, you can get different values of stamps if you can find them too. Those actually have a purpose too. So the stamp duty is a whole other thing, but we're not going to talk about that. That's for the private. The Stamp Duty Act. Yeah. You guys go research that. Yes, indeed. But yeah, it's been great talking to you guys, man. We covered some great information tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is A6. I'm the Foreign National Born Natural. We are always learning and applying here. Purple Link is also good. Yes, we're always learning and applying here. If you guys are from other channels, thank you for joining. What we try to do on this channel is keep everybody abreast of what's going on to a degree. And what the hell? Get out of here. And yeah, the information is basically always being dropped on us, and we're always trying to share it. Our purpose is to stay informed and to know what we're talking about. So facts. But thank you so much for tuning in. We will be live next Sunday, God willing. I'll be updating what you guys do in a week. I appreciate everything. And as always, all praise is due to the Most High. And I am out. Peace.